I won Best VR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We are the Odds Couple. We come to you from SportsbookReview.com. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Thursday, December 29th. Mike Brenner, let's throw the record up. You had a half and half day yesterday. You did have a great call on Golden State, except that third quarter thing.
It was a push. Ended up, I got it.
Third quarter?
Yeah, the Pick'em was the opening, wasn't it?
On the third quarter?
Yeah.
No. They were a favorite. How are they going to be a pick on the third quarter?
You check. You go to SBR odds page and do the history on it.
I did.
Because last night it was a pick'em right at halftime.
No. You have to take them at the.
I know, but I thought okay.
No,
so I lost that quarter.
Yeah. Minus 2.5.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
I'm all right with it though, Pistol
yeah. So.
But I'm not happy about what I learned something last night. You know, and man, Sacramento Kings. I mean, I got to be careful on thinking I got some emotion riding, and now I'm hearing Cousins, since he knows he might be out the door, he's just not putting forth the effort. I don't know, Pete. I have to learn from last night. Not pleased whatsoever with last night's results.
Your overall call in general on Golden State was great.
Yeah,
and actually,
they came out barreling.
Yeah, and I had someone asking me, on the internet about that game, like barraging me with questions. He was like, I love Toronto. I was like, listen, if Mike Brenner likes Golden State, that weighs pretty heavily with me. So, not so bad overall.
Yeah, and I did my private power pick was the first quarter, and my private clients got that. Yeah, they were up 42-17.
Awesome, great job, Mike Brenner. All right, so let's take a look. We got six games on the card tonight. I guess let's just start out first with one that jumps out at me. I'm not exactly sure. Yesterday I was like, I was looking at the Nets line, and I was like, it just seems like too many points. Wound up cashing easily, but I was a little bit scared. I was glad that I had the balls.
There's them big balls played today, Dennis.
Well, I'm feeling the same way about the Philly-Utah game. I mean, 13 and a half. Is that like what?
And Utah, I don't think has, and they're on the road if I'm correct.
Utah's
at home.
Utah, but it's just, I mean, Philly is like very rested, so they're not going to have any of their issues.
Is Embiid making the trip?
I believe so. Okay. I don't know.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah,
that's a lot of points because I don't think Utah right now is I don't. That's a hell of a lot of points.
It is. It's just like I wouldn't be looking at this game if I didn't see 13 and a half. All right, you know what? I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it on the first half as well. I'm going to give the
because I don't know. Is Favors playing? He's been up and down as far as his health as well. Same with Hood.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, exactly. In general, they're kind of banged up.
Hayward's been actually a little off. So I don't know, Pete.
All right, I'm going to take the first half +8 -101 and the full game. If I get burned on it, whatever. Just seems like too many points, and I did it last night with the Nets, and it was good. So
good.
All right, Mike Brenner, what do you have for us?
I'm telling you, I love this. I'm going on the full game only with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yep, they're at home against Boston, and I just think there's no doubt in my mind. Cleveland watches what happened last night. They're watching Golden State. That was a big game, supposedly Golden State and Toronto, and Cleveland. That's the only team that can give them any fits is Toronto this year. Unless Boston really turns around. But I think they're just going to pound Boston. What's the best shot line, Pistol?
Well, it's let me see. It's 6 -110.
Man, I'm all over it.
The Celtics have covered 4 in a row.
I know.
They're playing kind of well, right?
Yep. I just think they're going to get outmatched, and everybody's going to be healthy tonight. They're going to bring it.
Okay, sounds good. And then let's talk about the next game. That's also a big team off a loss. Toronto against Phoenix, and both these teams round up back-to-back. Toronto, of course, off the loss to Golden State, which you had a good call on. And Phoenix is just a very beatable, vulnerable team.
Yeah, but boy, they've been starting good on first halves. They gave San Antonio fits last night. They were up on the first half by like 7 or 8, and then all of a sudden here came the run in the late third quarter.
That's right, where they really showed who they were.
Exactly.
But I mean,
you got a Toronto team that's pissed off, all right, a little tired, made a couple runs. They made a couple runs that looked pretty good last night. And by the way, I had Toronto Nation all over me again on Twitter. I had a battle for 2 hours. And I know I let my emotions wear to sleep, but I love them damn Golden State Warriors, and I love them Cavaliers. So when it comes to that, I get fired up.
You don't have to apologize when you nail a game, which you did last night. You only have to apologize when you're on the wrong side of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about Toronto at Phoenix tonight?
Man, I almost pulled the trigger because I think Phoenix can hang with these guys for a minute. I think Toronto left it all on the table last night.
Think so?
I think Phoenix first half might be the way to go. And that's in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Man,
it's in Phoenix.
I know. It's a tough one. I'll leave it at that.
All right. Now let's talk about, the Miami-Charlotte game. I nailed the over in the Charlotte game last night. And I know it's a back-to-back.
How did you do last night?
I had all winners except for the friggin' Sacramento thing.
I feel bad about that.
3 winners and 2 losses. That's okay.
Damn it, that was my fault.
I'm thinking about once again.
Shame on you, Brenner.
Even though it's a back-to-back, I'm thinking about going with the over again. It opened at 199. Now it's up to 201. I don't know. What do you think?
I wouldn't talk you off that ledge. I even looked at that, believe it or not. And, I'm not going to pull it. I'm going to be all over Charlotte, though, in the first half.
You are. All right. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I like the first half. Dragic has got these back issues now. They don't even know if he's going to be playing. If he does, if you got back issues, issues because I've had them. I still got them. All right, there's no way you're 100%. Charlotte needed that big win last night. They needed it. It's just blowing up their confidence. And if I'm correct, Charlotte's at home in this game, so they're going to grab the advantage. I want the first half, Pistol Pete.
All right, that's going to be 3.5 minus 108.
Love it.
And I'll tell you what I will do. I might get burned on it, but I will take a shot with the first half over, just the first half over.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll come out running again offensively.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they will. They like to keep it going. Kemba Walker especially.
All right, and then let's talk about. I want to quickly talk about the OKC Memphis game.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, OKC's playing well, and Memphis has gotten beaten, and
they're up and down.
I'm thinking about the over on this one because Memphis has had 2 high-scoring games. We know that OKC can easily get to 200. I wouldn't be liking this.
What's it sitting at?
It's 198. That's the thing. If it was like 204.5, I'd be all right. Forget it. But 198.
Yeah, that's tempting.
You know, I mean, Memphis is.
OKC's going to run no matter what. And I know that Memphis relies on that lockdown and the slow pace.
Their last 2 games have gone way over, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And when you got Russell Westbrook coming in town with a night's worth of rest, you've got to keep up. There's not going to be a slowdown. I'm jumping on that with you.
What, you want to?
Yeah.
The
I'm
over.
not kidding you. I like that. Yeah.
All right, over 198 minus 110. I'm just concerned that, Memphis had 2 road losses where they gave up a bunch of points, and now they're back at home. They're like, all right, guys, we got to clamp down and slow it down on defense.
But what's going on with Conley? Is he playing?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some injury issues.
So they might just try to get their points as well. You know,
Pete. Yeah, here we go.
It's tough.
Dennis, what do we do about this one? Holy shit!
All right,
this is a quagmire.
All right, I'm gonna take.
Does pull the trigger apply?
No, I don't know. I'm thinking about pulling it off the trigger.
No, okay,
Well,
okay,
I'm
never
gonna
mind, never mind.
You know what? I'm off that over.
Okay, you're
I'm
taking
off.
it out.
I'm
All
off
right.
the over.
Well,
You just said something when they're coming home.
10-foot pole?
It's a 10-foot pole.
Okay, 10-foot pole.
10-foot pole, baby. Throw it in there.
yeah, when they're coming home, that can
Yeah,
happen. But
that
you know what?
that's-
I might get burned on it. But I will take it.
Okay.
I'll take the. I'm
No,
gonna
I
take
think
the
you're
first
gonna-
half.
you're in the zone. I
I'll
think
take
you're
the
gonna-
first half
I think
over and
you're
the
gonna
full
kick
game
its
over.
ass, yeah.
All right, first half and full game on the over on that one, and then we have
Pistol
the Dallas and Lakers game. That's an interesting one. Feels like Lakers are the more lively team right now. They're just a small favorite at home. What do you think about that one, Mike
I'm
Brenner?
all over it. I'm taking
like
them.
that one?
Yeah, I'm taking them first half and the
Okay.
full game. Luke Walton, I just read something. You know, this Randall kid's good, and he's really becoming a locker room leader. You've got Nowitzki and so forth. I mean, the Geritol City, that's what that roster is. They're banged up. They're just banged up, and Nowitzki's probably going to play half the game. They're limited in his minutes. I just think that the Lakers are going to just start to pick up some steam now. It's about time. And Walton's really, really selling, and they're buying. So they're coming off a big win, if I'm correct.
Who, the Lakers?
Yeah.
No, they covered, but they lost.
covered.
They lost to Utah. I took them +5, and I got a winner
that's
with
right.
that one.
But they
they
started
did
out that game
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very
It was
strong.
close.
That's what it was.
They played Utah close,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
nice.
I like it though. I just think Dallas has too many issues, and now Deron Williams, who was getting hot there for a minute, went back into a shooting slump. He's like 2 for 26 or something. I think the Lakers take control of this thing, and I think Dallas is going to be a little bit tired out there in California tonight. First half of the full game.
All right, the full game will be 2.5 minus 110, and the first half is -1 minus 115.
Ooh, I like that first half. Yep.
All right, I guess that's it for me, Mike Brenner.
Well, I've got one other, and
Okay,
it's a
let's hear it.
3-team teaser,
Okay,
and
all
I
right.
like it. I'm going to be using Cleveland, and we're going to go with a 6-point.
Bet online, so that'll put you down to pick 'em.
Okay, Lakers.
That'll put you at +3.5.
Okay, I love that, and I'm just going to wrap it up with Charlotte, baby.
Okay, and that'll put you at -1.
Yep, I like it, Pistol Pete. Bounce back night for Brenner, baby.
All right,
I'm heading
yeah.
to the beach in about 2 hours.
Yeah,
so
congratulations, Mike Brenner. You're getting a nice little break in the sun.
I'll be filming tomorrow in that hot sun, though, and doing some Skype calls with you. So make sure you tune in, viewers. We're going to show you at Los Sueños, a beautiful beach here in Costa Rica. Brenner's going down with the family, baby.
Sounds good, Mike.
All right, have a great day.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.